Alright, let's get it out of the way. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment if you'd like. In More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers episode 6, it starts off with Watanabe acting kinda strange because she's calling Jiro by his last name for some reason. And he's thinking, why? And he's analyzing it. He's like, wait a minute, has she changed? Is she mad at me? Nothing's changed, and she doesn't seem very pissed, so what can it be? So he goes and tries to find relationship advice with someone, and he chooses the wrong person because he chooses his friend. Why? Jiro tells his friend, are you and your wife ever fight or anything like that? And he's like, well, to be honest, me and my wife don't even speak, really. She doesn't want to talk about anything. Then they see Sakurazaka's friend being asked out, and she says no, of course, because she might like someone else. But we find out that she's very popular with the girls, which is kind of cool. Maybe she should help Jiro. Maybe she would know. Why don't you ask her? But he doesn't. So Jiro and Watanabe are waiting for the exam score. It's supposed to be updated in the app. So one day, it's updated, and Watanabe is really excited, and you won't guess where Jiro was. He's getting ready to take a shower, and she just walks in there. They're so happy that they got a really high score that she hugs him, and he's not wearing a shirt. And I'm surprised that she's not embarrassed, because most anime girls, they blush and they run out, but this one's not. Maybe because they're kind of married. So Jiro put it together. The reason why she calls him by his last name is because she wants to be called by her first name, but he keeps calling her by her last name, and so she's trying to make it even. I love how this show does this. When he says her first name over and over again, she gets embarrassed and she makes a heart with her hands. But after they know that they scored very high and they might be close to leaving each other, they're both feeling really down bad because he's going to go back to being that nerd in the back of the classroom, and she's going to be not with Jiro. So they just sit on the couch hugging each other for a little bit. And as you can probably assume, the score just keeps going up because they feel really comfortable and close to each other. So Shiori's friend figures out that they scored really high, and she goes to Shiori and says, you gotta kiss him, you gotta do something because they're gonna end up together. But you know Shiori, she's trying to be cute and she doesn't want to do anything like that. So to progress with the story, she gets hit by a soccer ball. And I assume really hard because she gets sent to the nurse's office. So now finally it's her chance to go and kiss him. She gets ready and then she tells him, hey, is it possible if, I know you're kind of with Watanabe right now, but I kind of wondered what it'd be like to be your wife. So then, of course, he agrees, and he says, alright, let's do it. So right when they get close to each other, that's when she's like, you know what, no, I don't really want to do it. But you could tell Jiro's like, nah, we're going to do this right now. But one of Watanabe's friends walks into the room, and she sees that there's two people in one doctor's room, and she sees that their feet are on top of each other. So she's assuming that they're having, and she can even hear the bed moving. And what's actually happening? Well, he kissed her. And then they're both awkward at the end because it was kind of forced. So Jiro runs away, and Watanabe is texting him, but he's not picking up because obviously he's dealing with the situation that he's in. But also, if you look at what time she sent them, it's only been like 5 minutes, so she needs to relax. Then a friend that was going to the nurse's office tells her, there's two people in the nurse's office that made me leave because the two shoes were on top of each other and it kind of looked like they're having. She doesn't really trust Jiro, but then she looks at the text and he says, oh, I was with Shiori in the nurse's office and they're the only ones there. So she puts two and two together. That same day, she doesn't come home till 10 o'clock at night, and that's pretty late for a high school girl. And I guess she goes to Starbucks or something and tries to get a coffee there while she's looking at the text that they keep sending back and forth, and she's like, why, Jiro? Why? And you can tell she's feeling kind of down because, one, the workers can tell that she's feeling bad, and two, her friends are trying to keep her calm. Though she's pretty safe because the guy she likes works there. So when Watanabe gets home, she sees that Jiro's already sleeping, not in his bed, but on the couch, and she's like, why is it a mess here? All your clothes are there? What's happening? But what she doesn't know about the chocolates that her friend gave her is that they have alcohol in them. And conveniently this happens at night is when they tell her about it. So to progress with the plot, that's when she starts taking clothes off. And then she does the anime thing where it's, you're not awake, are you? And she confesses what she's feeling to him when she's sleeping, instead of telling him when he's awake and so he can clarify the situation. But whatever. She tells him how, even though she's rooting for him, at least for now, can they keep doing this. So the next morning, Jiro wakes up and he's like, whoa, wait, what happened to your clothes? And I'm pretty sure he's like, damn, this must have been a crazy night. Shit. She's confusing him because she says that they actually did something when they really didn't, and he's like, wait, how? I was asleep and I didn't really feel anything. I missed out all of that? Fuck. But at the end, she says, nah, I was just fucking with you. Don't worry about it. So she feels that Jiro doesn't really care for her because he doesn't overreact or anything like that, which she does, but she doesn't see it that way. So she covers his ears and she says everything that's in her head. And at the end, she says, I hate you, Jiro. The question of the day is, does Watanabe like Jiro or does she just feel jealous? Two questions in this episode that I have are: 1. Does she still like the guy that she liked at the beginning? And 2. Do you think it's fair that Sakurazaka doesn't like the other guy at all and just keeps thinking about Jiro? Well, that's it. Peace.